Hello and welcome to another review here on Ray Roner Does Music. Don't worry, I fixed the audio. I realized that the first two videos, I recorded them, didn't even bother previewing them before I uploaded them, and figured out that I was using the wrong audio capture device, so they probably sound pretty bad. For the American Satan, Citizen As You Please, and Pale Waves reviews, they probably sound really bad. American Satan review might actually go up after this one, so spoiler alert, I guess. But anyways, on today's video we're looking at the new album by progressive rock band I the Mighty called Where the Mind Wants to Go / Where You Let It Go. This band has been on 3 record labels, those being Adamant, Talking House, and their current label Equal Vision Records, which is home to bands such as Waterparks and used to foster the band We Came as Romans, who, coincidentally enough, is also getting a review done pretty soon on this channel. But with 4 EPs and now 4 albums under their belts, they've been a prominent name in the post-hardcore and progressive spectrums of music in the past 9 or so years. I recently got into them due to them having a collaboration actually on this album, in fact, with Dance Gavin Dance clean vocal singer Tillian Pearson, that song being Silver Tongues, although after delving further into the singles for this album as they came out, and then into their previous 2 albums, Connector and Satori, I find myself quickly falling in love with the band in a way I haven't really felt before since, again, coincidentally enough, another one, Dance Gavin Dance. Like, I'm falling for this band hella fast. I want to get merch, I want to buy the CDs, I want to buy the records, I want to review the albums. With older singles like Slow Dancing Forever, 4-Letter Words, and The Hound and the Fox, this band shows off versatility that I've come to really appreciate in music, especially the post-hardcore scene where most of the bands I listen to are now sitting. Each album remained familiar as I listened further back and retreated into newer releases, while remaining different entities in their own rights. This only raised my hype higher, and well, really, the level of hype was so big, the only album that's really beating it in hype for me right now is the new Hollywood Undead album, which I'm actually seeing them live next month. Can't wait for that. Look out for the vlog on my main channel. And yeah, I was absolutely so hyped for this album, and I'm so happy now that it's come out to find out it's amazing. It's without any further fangoing though, to actually get into the actual review of the album. So, Silver Tongues, the song I mentioned earlier, was and still is a great example of an entry-level song for the band, which shows off Brent Walsh's absolutely spectacular vocal range and really lyrical versatility. I try not to use that word often, but then I use it often, like really, really often. Brent Walsh is one of my favorite lyricists, if not my favorite lyricist of all time. Looking at his songs, his older albums with I the Mighty are definitely beating this one lyrical-wise. That's a big concern I had after listening to songs like, again, Slow Dancing Forever, 4-Letter Words, The Lying Eyes of Miss Array. The lyrical content at some point has to start a slow decline. Not tremendously, but noticeable enough to where you have concrete ideas taking the place of what used to be far spectrum, wide-ranging ideas, which is good and bad. It leads you to more focus on easier to understand concepts, but at the same time, for longer fans, you lose that sense of illusion and start to get this blatant idea of what you used to be just kind of only slightly aware of, which can be good or bad, but in my opinion, it's all good, really, because the lyricism is still just, as I said, wide-ranging and really breathtaking at times with how he strings together ideas and stories, especially in Silver Tongues, which builds up with anticipation in the bridges and the chorus. And honestly, the second chorus after that's possibly the best verse throughout that entire song, and one of the best on the album. Moving on to another song, we have Escapism, where a heavy riff is followed through with, and Blake Dallinger, band members have really weird names to pronounce. His drum work on this album is without a doubt probably my favorite drum work I've heard all year, and this is coming from, I've listened to bands like Creeper and Attila. Yes, Attila. I can hear the comment section if I had one. The drum work there is really something that stands out and I lean more towards, but here I found myself a new drummer I want to keep track of in Blake, because he just stays eclectic and erratic while all at the same time, I should say, keeping up with all the other instruments here. Every instrument has a purpose and a reason to be here, and there's no exact match with any of the instruments, really. You take the guitar out of the song, it's a mess. You take the drums out, it's a mess. But if you just have the guitar and the drums, that's the song itself. Just the bass and the vocals, that's the song itself. Everything here can function on its own, individually, and together even better as a unit. I need to breathe because that was a very long string of words there. But yeah, Escapism, it has this heavy riff that's just absolutely... I gotta stop using the word absolutely. It's very enthralling. It induces you into a sort of trance almost, with how it just starts you off basically midway through the album. It feels like you're starting all over again. But actually opening up the album, Degenerate starts off with a chilling, a slow approach with the guitar, very contrary to the rest of the album, but then again it is an opener. But the song isn't just an opener that you listen to and you think to yourself, oh, that's just an opener, that's not going to play any part, really. It gives you this example of what you can expect throughout the entire album, the entire record. It's got the elements of the fast-paced, just energy-inflicting, almost mosh-worthy sound that I the Mighty can pull off, while at the same time pulling you together in just this close and tightened space. It's really hard to describe, and I don't think I'm even doing it justice here. If you watch my reviews, you know the thing I look at most within the songs is the lyricism, and I'm just gonna say one more time without trying to touch on it anymore. Specifically, Brent Walsh is one of the best lyricists in the modern post-hardcore scene. That is without a doubt. Some of these lines throughout the album, I'm trying to remember some right now. Just look at Chaos in Motion, or Where the Mind Wants to Go. Those are two of the most lyrically strong songs, both singles released in anticipation for the album. They set the tone perfectly. They give you the most precise and nailed down idea of everything you can expect in this album. Then there are tracks like 111 Winchester, where you see themes commonly explored throughout the album's old and new, and just more nailed down and concrete, just like I noted earlier within the review here. Everything has sort of come full circle together. And again, that can be very bad, because you have the old idea of you're trying to keep everything just as scattered and almost melancholy as possible. No certain emotion, no certain feeling. But here, with Where the Mind Wants to Go, where you let it go, everything is just pulled together, but still... I'm using this example so many times just because I'm trying to get across how just overscoping this is. Think about this. You have this mental image listening to the entire album, quite akin to the album's cover itself, where it's just a starscape filled with all these ideas and stories being told to you, yet they feel like you're being told them by the actual band members, like it's your own little secret while you're listening to the songs. And among all these instruments there, I don't know if this is just the way it's been written in tabs and all that, but it sounds like there's almost synth elements in here, which the synth can make or break an album. It can be just terrible depending on the band, and honestly, I don't think of synth when I think of I the Mighty, but again, this could just be the musical instruments, because the way these instruments flow and come together, it's like nothing I've ever really heard before, with modern music at least. And that's something really beautiful, because you have a lot of older bands where they have this idea they're trying to... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find words. I'm running out of words because there's no words good enough to describe the feelings and ideas you're getting with this entire album. Everything just comes together in a way that it sounds effortless, without any effort being taken place. It was not difficult at all for this band to string these things together in such a beautiful way, but you know that heart and soul was poured into every single thing. All in all, I am absolutely happy and satisfied with the release. I have to sneeze, I'm so sorry. I don't have to sneeze, I lied. I'm not going to waste any time buying a physical copy, and I know I usually say support the artist, but I cannot stress enough, this is a band you cannot sleep on. You have to check these guys out. I'm demanding you check out I the Mighty. They're probably one of the better modern bands out there, regardless of genre, and I can see them, they're here, they're going way the fuck up. So, yeah, let's end off the video here with a rating. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, my highest rating on the channel so far, unless for some reason this review gets delayed like a couple months out. God only knows. Yeah, I'll stick down some links in the description to some of their songs that have come out so you have an automatic way to get right into their music. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the review or have any points you want to discuss, go down in the comments. We'll talk about it. But for now, thank you for watching, and I just fangirled so hard, and I'm hoping that doesn't hurt the credibility of this review. I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you later.